fighting games. Games that make you love them and hate them at the same time.
No, fuck, shit!
Those were the type of games I always wanted to get into. I mean, I used to watch pro players play and wanted to copy their style and play the exact same way, but for obvious reasons I couldn't, so I dropped most of my games. I mean, I played a little bit of MK11 and Tekken 7, but didn't really have the patience to learn them. But with the release of Tekken 8, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to test a new one. Who knows, maybe this would be the one. Spoilers, it was. This is the journey to my first 50 ranked games as a beginner. Like I do in any game, I played the story before jumping into the online, and as someone who doesn't know almost anything about these characters, it was a mixed experience. I mean, the action was cool as hell, but I didn't understand the story or the characters. Like, why does this guy want to dominate the world? Anyway, after finishing the story, I went on to choose my main character I would play as. It was between Jin or Steve, but in the end I chose Steve because he's a boxer, and I think boxers are really cool. The only downside was that he was British. But you know, it can't all be good. When I was done picking my main, I went on and did a prowess test and ended up with a score of 100, which at the time I thought was good. Like, you know, maybe it was 1 out of 100, but no, the score meant that I was shit at the game. After the prowess test, it was time for my first online match, and it went as well as you could expect. We were both kinda mashing buttons, but I just didn't know how to block his strings. I lost the first match, but won both of the rematches. On my fourth match, I met Victor, and god, this made me hate this anime wannabe so much. This player was also higher ranked than me, and he knew how to play the game, so I get absolutely destroyed. I did not want any of that smoke again, so I just went out and searched for another match. My fifth match was a mirror match against Steve, and we were both kinda just taking turns using the same moves over and over. I don't think that guy knew how to play the game either. I still won that match though, so I proceeded to the next one, which was against King. Now, I had heard how annoying King was to fight against, so I was being extra careful. But ironically, I was the one grabbing him all the time, which is how I won the match. After these first matches, I realized that I didn't really know how to play the game. I mean, my strategy consisted of mashing the special menu buttons and hoping that the enemy didn't block. This wouldn't work out in the long run, so I watched a tutorial on the basics of Tekken, and also some guides on Steve specifically. These really helped me understand the game and the different terms being used, like the different numbers on your controller and how lows, highs and mids worked, and so on. I practiced some moves and learned Steve's best pokes. I also tried to learn the Korean backdash, which I kind of did, maybe if you squint your eyes real hard. After some hours in the practice mode, I was ready for my 7th match. Here I could already see my improvements, but I was still doing unsafe moves sometimes. Anyway, I won the first match against him but lost the second one. I tried to rematch but ended up disconnecting. I'll just count that as him running away and me winning. On my 9th match, I met Azucena, who really loved to use lows, and boy did I have a difficulty with blocking those. That's gonna be a common mistake you're gonna notice in this video. I don't know why, but my mind just refused to block lows. Anyway, I lost to her, which was even worse than usual because she was using the new menu, but I still ended up winning the set. The next match was against Yoshimitsu, and it was a close call, but I made a critical mistake.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
The next 2 matches were against a Brian player, and it was nothing difficult. I just punished him whenever he attacked. I was slowly getting better at the game, but there was still something missing. The drip. Default Steve looked hideous. I decided to change it, so I went and messed around in the customizations menu. When I was done, I had created a masterpiece, a piece of art you could say. The drip was unreal now. So yeah, I proceeded to lose the next match. Maybe I should have spent more time in practice mode. Anyway, I got disconnected on the next one, but I would have probably won that one. Match 17 and 18 were against the Slaw player, which of course I won. I was finally starting to feel the power of my skin. My 90th match was against this Toji cosplayer, and I just didn't know what to do against his kicks. They lasted like 10 years, man. I rematched him and I got close to winning. I was desperate, so I just started throwing out punches hoping that he wouldn't block. That strategy obviously didn't work out so well. The next one was against a Steve player again, and I ended up losing 2 out of 3 matches against him just because of button mashing, a habit that is very hard to forget. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Yeah, it's dead now. Yeah, that was that attempt. I was pretty bad using the necessary strings to punish, so I went into the punish training. I also decided to learn a combo with Steve. Just an easy one, so it wouldn't be that hard. Turns out it didn't really matter because I still couldn't pull it off online. My 24th match was against this Lily player, and looking back at the footage I really noticed, man do I grab a lot. Like that was my go-to move if I was desperate. Oh, it always works, it's so nice with the grabs. I mean, it worked out, so it wasn't really a problem for now at least. I won the match and headed to the next one. This was the first time I fought Elisa, and she was even more annoying than Victor. I did not know what to do and she cooked me hard. Okay, she is... Yikes. On my 27th match, I finally started to get hang of Steve's combos. I even found more damaging moves for it. May not be much for you, but it was a lot for me, someone who started off knowing nothing about the game. I guess I scared the Hurang player so much he didn't even rematch me. I then ran a set of 2 matches against this cowboy Victor. I won and finally got promoted to the green ranks. On my 31st match, I realized the horror of King. I finally understood why everybody was so scared of him. Oh my... What the actual... He didn't even do much! Thank God I didn't meet this annoying piece of shit any more than I already did. I then met this Hurang player. Damn, were most of my matches against Hurang? Anyway, I proceeded to absolutely destroy him. Oh my God! It fucking sucks, man. I felt so bad for the guy, I couldn't even rematch him. He needed time to recover from the biggest ass beating of his life. My next opponent was a Yoshimitsu, and this has to be the weirdest character in the game, like there's not even a competition here. He won both of the rounds, of course, and the misery didn't stop here either. I went on to lose 4 matches in a row. I was not happy mentally. You know what's interesting about this game? It's that you can absolutely demolish someone one round and in the next one you're the one getting bodied. It switches so fast, it's crazy. I was on a losing streak, but I decided to push through, and in my 46th match I stumbled upon a Steve, where I finally regained my edge. Again! And to the other side. And boom. He of course ran away. I guess the beta was too scared to oppose the alpha again. With this new gained confidence, I proceeded to the next match against a Leon Kennedy, where I won again. You could see how desperate the guy was when he started pulling out the special menu. My 48th match had to of course be against a Yoshimitsu again. As expected, I lost to him. He is just so unpredictable, man. One minute he's spinning like a Beyblade and the next one he's using the substitution jutsu. What even is this character? My 49th match was against a Hurang. Again, this character is not even the top 5 most played characters, but I swear to God, I met this man more than I met my actual dad. He was everywhere, but I guess that was also a good thing because I memorized a lot of his moves, so he became quite predictable. I won the match and it was time for my last match, my 50th ranked match as a beginner. Everything I learned thus far came to test here. I was up against a Feng for the first time in this game. And yeah, I lost. I lost hard. I don't know why I don't block him. I know he's gonna do it, but I still don't block. Damn. That has never happened before. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah. He proceeded to 3-0 me and there was nothing I could do about it. Overall, all these matches made me learn so much about the game. I checked the wins and losses and turns out I won 25 out of my 50 matches. And you know what? I'm actually okay with it. I thought I would lose way more than I did. I was enjoying the game a lot, especially the learning process, and I will be trying to become better and rise through the ranks. I ended up being on the cavalry rank in the end of it, and to be honest, it's not that bad for a beginning.